However, his tricks affected Jack not at all, and he had to pay for his recklessness and ignorance. The latest blockbuster of 2025. Prepare your rice as Jack Reacher Season 3 premieres. Straight to the action, set in a small town in Maine. Poor Jack brings vintage records to the shop for dinner, but as the shopkeeper inspects them, Jack's gaze suddenly shifts to the pickup truck seems to be eyeing a car not far away, and before Jack can react, it charges over like a runaway bull, and the driver pulls a flash move, aiming straight at the car. The glass shatters instantly. The driver pulls out the boy like winning a jackpot. Seeing this, Jack bravely rushes out of the store and is immediately attacked by the eager ventiled pickup truck driver. In chaos, Jack stays calm. As the boy is pushed into the car, he suddenly appears in front, his revolver playfully twitching. And then, the pickup's tire goes pop like a balloon, losing control and crashing into the nearby car. The driver, trying to fight back, gets sent on his way by Jack's gun. Jack, in a rush to escape with the boy, manages to push him into the car but immediately realizes he can't let his guard down. Danger is lurking around every corner, creating a heart-stopping atmosphere. He drives off with the boy, police cars chasing, like a movie scene. To evade the chase, Jack suddenly has a brilliant idea and slams on the brakes. The pursuing police car barely reacts. The police car spins out, crashes into a nearby car like a fallen figurine, loses mobility, shaking off the cops. Knowing he's exposed, Jack switches cars to escape. With the boy, he rummages a dumpster in a secluded spot to bold plan. After some maneuvering, he easily opens the car door and tells the boy to contact his family, even though he doesn't plan to take him. The boy panics, everything fresh in his mind. He needs Jack's protection, but Jack won't interfere. Jack suggests calling the police. The boy replies his dad's loaded and can fix the cop killer issue. Jack hesitates for a moment, but ultimately decides to follow the boy home, and before long, they arrive at a luxurious beachfront mansion, a truly bittersweet choice. The guard at the door knows Jack saved the kid's life, yet still insists he get out for inspection to talk about dedication. With no choice, Jack complies, finishes the inspection, and is finally ready to relax, but suddenly the security chief shows up looking for him. The security chief tells Jack that the boss wants to meet him. So, Jack heads alone to Zach's office, where Zach claims to want to thank him for saving the kid, but a seasoned veteran, Zach isn't buying Jack's story. He nods, summons his men, silently questioning Jack's actions before leaving catch Zach off guard, but just when Jack reaches back room for a quick chat, the security chief interrupts yet again. Looks like, to clear his name, he's got to work a bit harder. Zach wants to see him, so Jack follows him into a meeting room where Zach and his goons have been waiting forever. Jack takes a seat across from him, and Zach's keen eyes have unraveled Jack's identity. This retired Special Forces guy has racked up an impressive pile of medals. Zach is all too eager to recruit Jack into his crew, but first, he wants to test him. He's not about to let such talent slip away without a challenge. He suggests testing courage with roulette. Jack promptly picks up the revolver, loads it, and pulls the trigger against his head. Seeing this situation, Zach grabs the weapon, thinking, never seen such recklessness. Zach finally agrees to let him join. Jack first thinks Zach's scaring him, but soon realizes it's more complicated. The security chief then escorts Jack into a room. After checking for monitoring devices, Jack opens the shoe sole, revealing a phone. What a clever move. That's right, everything that happened before was orchestrated by Jack. In fact, about a week ago, he was sitting on the roadside, sharing secret glances with a petty. Suddenly he spots a familiar figure, jumps up but is blocked by traffic. By the time he chases, the person has driven off. He calls the special team, intending to notify the supervisor, only to find an absent replacement answering. Left with no choice, he asks the staff to look up the details of that suspicious vehicle. But maintenance blocks the system, so he leaves the hotel number, hoping the responsible person will call back when free. Back at the hotel, lying on his bed and contemplating the day's events, he's suddenly interrupted by a frantic knocking on the door. Jack gets up to open the door. The person outside claims to be a federal agent. Jack glances through the peephole. He decisively heads to the bathroom, pushes open the window, jumps out heroically, and takes his toothbrush. But just after a couple of steps, he's cornered. Hey, where do you think you're going, Mr. Reacher? Who said him Reacher? He retorts. Kayla, the local FBI head, after a brief intro. The two move to the hotel courtyard where Kayla's colleagues are waiting. It turns out they tracked Jack down because the license plate he inquired about triggered an internal alarm. Kayla's team is investigating quickie carpets. A few weeks ago, dealer Plaus met Zach here. Zach sent the car to pick up Plaus from the airport, which just happens to be the one Jack was investigating. Clearly, there are some sordid secrets between them. However, despite their investigations, they've got nothing on Zach, just a somewhat clear. That's why they seek Jack's help. Legendary, help find clues. Jack doesn't refuse and seems ready. But before that, he needs Kayla to do something for him first. After turning around and hurrying to leave the scene, it becomes evident that this is merely the start of an exciting storyline that has just begun to unfold. Kayla's efficiency is stunning. Next day, she found a lead. Jack's target was found on a beach a year ago. Doctors spent 6 months restoring that person's health, and at that moment, her colleague Brian pulls out a medical record detailing everything. Kayla explains he was diagnosed with traumatic amnesia, meaning he may know nothing about recent events, but doctors say he should remember things from before. As an agent, Kayla knows Jack knows this person's identity if he's asking. She didn't expect him to. Jack confirms knowing him, Francis Quinn, ex-military intelligence, discharged for selling secrets to enemies. This is crucial. Later, they stroll and Kayla tells Jack she's watching Zach to crack the case. New feature, reminder to subscribe now. If you enjoy our stories, like and subscribe.